Saya menyarankan pihak GLC agar melaksanakan inisiatif bagi mengurangkan jurang pendapatan pengurusan atasan dan golongan pekerja secara berperingkat. Malah sektor swasta turut disaran melaksanakan perkara yang sama. Perkara ini akan dipantau oleh EPU.
Beginning of this year, Prime Minister Dato Sri Najib Razak had announced this measure under the recalibrated 2016 budget. Narrowing the income gaps between the senior management team and the rest of the employees had been touted as a solution to get the industry moving during these tough times. So the Prime Minister prescribed that the government-linked companies start the ball rolling. But how do we achieve this narrowing of income gap when you don't know who is earning what? What is an acceptable or justified level for wages? Well, I spoke to an advocate who said that the best way is to ensure that wages and salaries of employees are transparent, while some advocates argued otherwise.
I think the main point is about paying the right people at the right levels, right? So with this thing of whether executives are paid enough compared to managers, it comes down to knowing whether you are paying the top performers as much as you can.
And in order to ascertain whether or not there is a real income gap, there needs to be proper transparency. Underneath the job title, there should be salary range.
Now, if a CEO is paid to just manage results, then clearly he could be well overpaid. Yeah.
The thing about this is why there seems to be a gap now, a bigger gap, and this gap exists, is because at the CEO and senior management level, people are comparing against the region, and that's why pay has been increasing. Because if not, these people can literally step across the border and work in Singapore for 3 times the pay.
Human capital consultants say that the issue is more complex than that. They cite costs, productivity, and market forces as the right way to determine salaries.
At the moment, there are people claiming that salaries are determined by market forces. I disagree. I think at the moment, salaries are determined by people at the top rather than market forces. And people sitting at the top cannot be the market. The market is much bigger than that.
I think that at the end of the day, all businesses exist to make money, and not just make money on a short-term basis, but on a sustainable going concern basis. So an organization needs to see how much they can afford to spend on employees as an investment, and from there try and match it so that they remain profitable.
We should not be defending major companies or big companies. We should be defending consumer choice. We should be defending the employees, the workers.
So it brings into question, one has to critically look at it and say, are these CEOs therefore managing the results, or are they managing for growth?
If there are people out there who have strong opinions about how much a CEO should be paid, then I think it would help if they know what the amount is in order for them to decide whether or not to stay in a particular company.
One of the things is that they can make GLCs more competitive or allow more competition to happen. But I think nowadays the government is actually leaving the GLCs to do what they can.
I think it can be done by the government simply introducing a legislation to make sure that we start with the GLCs, with the public enterprises, public companies, and they should publish salary information when they advertise for positions, for example.
I think it's about getting our productivity to a high level. So it's not just about high income by itself, because it's got to be sustainable.
The fact is, businesses have to grow. Top line has to grow. Bottom line has to grow for an overall healthy growth in wage. And if a business doesn't garner that sort of premium, or is locked in industry or an area of work that is low premium, it is very hard to see how wage growth is going to improve.